I'm from Goa. I did all my studies in a Capuchin school, and while studying, I came to love the Capuchin way of life, especially Saint Anthony and Saint Francis of Assisi, who is the founder of the Capuchin order. I was just about 14 years old when I received the call through another Capuchin brother of mine who came and told me, come and seek, why don't you join and become a Capuchin? So I just went and I told the fathers, I want to become a Capuchin. I was accepted. I had studied in the minor seminary as I studied in Goa. Then after that, for my study, I moved on to Kerala, Mangalore, Tamil Nadu, till I was ordained in 1978. As you know, Capuchins are mostly brothers. In brotherhood, we have got also the vocation to serve the church as a priest. So I was ordained in 1978. After my ordination, I mostly worked in Goa for 10 years, from 12 years, from 78 to 90. In 1990, I left for Uganda, where I worked among the local people, learning their language, Uganda, till 2001. In between, I studied in Leuven University in Belgium. After coming back from Uganda in 2001, I was again made a parish priest, so I served as a parish priest before coming here for 10 years. And then again this call came for me to come and work in the Gulf. Worked for 2.5 years in Sharjah, after which I was transferred here in Bahrain, Sacred Heart Church.
We just heard Father Yusuf speaking now, and his message was clear that there's no one from the Gulf basically to take up your mantle. My question is, there may be a lot of youth out here who are interested in joining a vocation, but they do not know where to go, how to go. Does our church have anything in Bahrain, the Sacred Heart Church? Do we have anything that can guide them? Or who can they approach for some guidance?
Yeah. The problem with our vicariate is they do not, so far, they had only 6 priests from this region, from the Gulf, who were ordained as priests. That is Father Felicio, who is the senior most, and then there were another 5, 3, 4 of them, mostly from Goa. But then after that they stopped accepting vocations for vicariate of Saudi Arabia. Okay, what is our vicariate? So what we are doing now is not that there are no vocations. There are vocations. We are directing those who come to us to join priesthood to the various provinces in India or elsewhere, if they are so desire. Even it is true that we had not been working for vocation. Now slowly we are trying to work for vocation. From here in Bahrain itself, lately when they had this youth seminar, 2 of them came forward to become priests. There are young people, youth in the altar service who are also intending to become priests. What is required on our part is to motivate, to give the talk, and the parents also must encourage their children to come more to the church and thus get this vocation to become priest. Another reason is our life of priest also should be an invitation for them to become priests. If we are happy, if we are joyful, then of course others will feel inclined to become priests. So our witness is also a kind of a source for them to become priests.
You just touched on the topic of parents, where they should encourage.
Yeah.
Now, well, a lot of parents, I'm sure, will be happy if their child, son or daughter, takes up a holy life as a nun or a priest or a brother. But many of them are concerned that they have to go away from them for a long period of time. You know, it's a time, it's very hard to let go of your own child. What would your message be to those parents if their child comes forward and says, I want to join this vocation?
The parents should never feel that they are losing a son or a daughter by allowing them to become a priest or a sister. Because I have my own experience, and experience of many parents who have told me, in their old age and in their life, it is these children whom they sacrifice to God who have given them the best of love, care and concern. Whereas sometimes the people, their children in the world, sometimes forget them, but not the religious or priests. So the parents must know that when they send their children or when they encourage their children to become priest or a sister, they are guaranteed in their life that they will have somebody to love and care for them.
Last question, Father. If somebody does want to become, who can they approach in our parish to learn more about this vocation?
We are 6 priests here. They can approach any of the priests. Normally what we do is, if he is from a particular region, we encourage him to meet the priest of that region. Now take for example, if he is from Kerala, he should meet Father Joy. If he is from Mangalore, he could meet Father Vincent. If he is from Tamil Nadu, he could meet Father Andrew. From Goa, they could meet me. Any vocation from Philippines, they could always meet Father Dean Kamas. And same thing for Arabic, they could meet Father Yosef. So we are there available for them at any time. We love if anybody comes and speak to us about vocation. That is our life. And as a religious or as a priest, we are all for those who will come to become priest or religious. We will support them in whatever way possible. Even if the parents cannot give them education or cannot sustain their studies for priesthood, we as Capuchin charge them nothing. We see to all their studies, we spend whatever that is required to spend for their education, their formation, to become a priest. Same thing about sisters. If they require help, the church will be there to help them to become priests or a religious if they so desire.
I know I said last question, but I got one more for them. How does one know when God is calling them? How can one recognize?
See, God's call, normally when a person feels that he is called by God or have got inclination to serve God as an altar boy or to come for Mass, he likes prayer, that is a sign that he have got a vocation. And once you get a thought to become a priest, you have to cultivate it. Because what happens, the world is so much tempting, and there are people so much tempting us that we can easily forget that God is calling us. Normally a person who is not called by God will not feel inclined to become a priest. Even if you feel a little inclination to become a priest or to serve at the altar, that is a sign that God calls you to become a priest or a sister.
Thank you, Father.
Welcome.